Good morning, Stampers. Welcome. It's Nemi Batstone here with Nemi's Crafty Cafe, just 20 minutes northeast of Winnipeg. And it's a cloudy, rainy day here in Cooks Creek. Not too sure what it's like in your end, but would love to hear from you. And remember to like, share, comment, because you can be entered into this week's draw. It is a shorter week, so it will be including some alternative projects, which is the paper pumpkin kit. So just a reminder that the new starter kit offer is still available. You can currently order the starter kit for $135. Includes no shipping, no PST, just GST. So that would come out to about $144.50, I believe, is what it comes out to. And then for $100 value, you can get these for free as a gift for joining and add it to your kit. Or you can add $50 of product instead, which then means you pick out $100 or $215 worth of product. Instead. So that is an option. I personally would rather get, it's your choice. You decide which one you like, and I would love you to be part of our team. And then being instantly, as soon as you get your demo ID, you can start saving 20% off every order afterwards. And including when you get, the necessary total for Berry Botanical Vellum. So you have to spend $100, but if you're a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, your retail sale should be $100, but you're only really paying $80. And then you can add this on for $7, you're paying $87. So then add on your shipping and taxes. So that is a fantastic deal, especially currently, and it also gets delivered right to your door, everything. So love it, and looking forward to you joining our team. Some perks is we meet once a month and we gather and we do fun stuff, and we also do creative stuff. So we will meet, we have some snacks for a couple hours, and we create some projects, talk about what's going on Stampin' Up! And our lives. We do some rewards and recognition. Other times we go out. Sometimes we say, let's screw meeting. Let's go out for ice cream or an event or something, because really it's all about connecting and bonding with each other. And that's what I'm all about. So I would love you to be part of our team and come out and meet them. It really is a ton of fun. Good morning, Kathy. Good morning, Nellie. Debbie, sorry. Thank you for joining. I'm just going to refresh my screen here and make sure I can see everything and everyone, because I might have missed it. Okay, I missed Christine as well. Good morning. I know it's so cloudy today. So I leave on Thursday and Friday. I don't know. I'll be gone all weekend, so I don't know if I'll be able to do anything. I'm also gone Monday, Tuesday. Like, we don't literally fly back. So I'll be having a weekend special this weekend. So don't forget to check my inbox. It is also my stamp anniversary. So this month, I believe I've been with Stampin' Up! Now for 9 years. Oy, oy, oy. That's a long time. And we've been through a lot of changes already. So it's crazy. So this week I'm featuring Paper Pumpkin, and we're looking at some alternatives. Paper Pumpkin is a monthly subscription. You can buy 3 months, 6 months, or 12 months worth. Pause it at any time. Very similar to my Let's Get Crafty Club. Except it offers you a mini stamp set and, of course, a mini ink spot. And this month's ink spot, which is over here, not by my desk, is Peaceful Pine, or this last month. So there's a new one. So you have to order your paper pumpkins by the 10th, before the 10th of every month. So if you do sign up, and you have to pause before the 10th of every month, because then they start the next day on the 11th, they will charge your account and they will start shipping. So you have to make sure you do all that before the 10th. Okay. I was going to say something and I forget. Anyway, I forgot to print off what June looks like. But I'm working on April, so May just got shipped, so I'm waiting for it, and we'll see what comes along. So I ended up finding my little, the embellishments that go with it. They were under some papers, no shocker there, so I'm glad I found it. Okay, so this is the stamp set that it comes with, and it makes, and it shows you here what all came with it. You can buy the refill kit, so if you ordered and you have this, you can go online and under Paper Pumpkin, purchase the refill kit. And the refill kit will give you everything except for the stamp set and the ink spot. That's the only difference. So we had some fun yesterday making an alternative card. And the actual cards that come with it are these ones. So since I can't be with you on Thursday and Friday, these 3 cards will be added in your kit. So in the draw this month, or this week, sorry. This month, too funny. Now I do like to keep these because then I can store this on here, but I thought I would show you how I do that. The stamps always come, even our big ones, with a softie and then also this harder acrylic or sheet. I don't know what they're called. And I like to lay it down flat like this. So I usually just flip it over. The harder case, and I put a couple sheets of tear tape, or strips, not sheets. Wow, where's my words today? I don't know what I'm saying. I'm trying to find it. I stuck it on there pretty good. And then, like so. Like this ain't anything fancy. But then this way it's not moving and I know where all my stamps go, and I automatically also know when I'm missing a stamp. So then I just tear these off like that. And I don't worry about where the stamps are sitting right now. Like so. And then I just lay it flat on top, making sure I get all the stamps images underneath there. So now I can take these and rearrange them. It's really annoying though because these are upside down, but not the way I like to do things. But this one goes there. So this one says you are a lifesaver. So that one goes there. This one says you are an inspiration. So that one goes here. And this one goes here. Happy Father's Day. Move over, son. Get it off. And then son goes here. So then I'm now missing 4 stamps. But those 4 stamps are already on blocks that we're going to use today. So I'm good. Then I can just take this guy and lay him over top. And now I know where everything is. I'm going to just trim this off a bit up here, because it doesn't fully fit into my envelope. So I'm just going to cut it down just a tad. Dun, 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 dun. So then now I'm able to reuse this, and I know when and where I got this from. So there we go. Then this can close. Oh, I still need a little bit more. So just cut off a bit more off the top there. Oh, bad cut. There we go. Now it should fit. Let's see. Wee. There we go. And then this can just close up. And then now I know where everything is, and I can go with all my Paper Pumpkin, stamp sets. So, and I like to leave them in these small cases, and they're all the same size, and I know where everything is. I know, a little OCD, right? Okay, what are we making? We are making a fun card with the leftover pieces. Because like I say, you can make 9 cards, which is exactly the kit, or you can make some alternative ones. And I haven't done this one in a long time, and I felt like doing a belly band card, so that's why I brought this one in. So this one's going to use pieces from our Designer Series paper pack, as well as pieces from the kit itself. So let's get started. Really easy peasy. So from the kit, we're stealing this circle and this label, like so. Now, originally, I was going to use this one, but it takes up so much room. So I figured we'll just use that tomorrow and make something fun with it. So I went with something smaller. And then we also need the back piece. We need this piece. We need this piece, which is the card. So we're going to use that. And I didn't cut my pieces so that I could show you how I worked around it. And then we also need... Is this one 5? No. Okay, so I used DSP on this one because I cut it. But let me just double check here. Can't remember. Okay, yeah. So from the DSP in the catalog, we're using this one, which, oh, I hate cutting it up because, you know, the backside can be all pieces, but we're going to use this one and this one, which is pretty much, this one is from the kit. So it matches what's in the kit, which is this one. So if you don't have it, you can cut this one, but I'm going to use this because I might need that tomorrow. And then this designer series paper. Okay, so we're going to cut a piece of card base. So I didn't do that because I wanted to share it with you. And I put the score measurements there. So that way you know, and you can come back, when you come back to the video and you decide you want to do one yourself, then you can come back here and do one. So we're going to take this and we're going to take a piece of crumb cake. Oops. And we're going to cut this. So we're going to put it in portrait. So the short side is along the top, and we're going to cut it down to 5.5. Okay? 5.5. So then you have this left over for another card. Or, you know what? I didn't really like the white. So let's use this for our belly band. Okay? So now we're going to score at these 3 measurements. Oh, which means I need this out. Okay? So I'm going to score at 1 3/4. So that's going to be our front. And then we're going to score at, I believe it's, what is it? Because you add 5.5. That's what I thought. I'm like, you have to add 4 1/4. 5.5. And then we go to 9 3/4, which gives us an 1.5 inches off the end. Or 1 1/4 inches, whichever way you like to measurement. So, just depends. Okay, so then when you fold this, you're going to fold in half here, because that's your middle. And then this piece goes forward, and this piece goes backward. So now you get your card base that looks like this. So now I'm just going to take my bone folder and burnish those edges. So it's flush. There you go. Ta-da, ta-da. And then we need a belly band. So I like to do a belly band that's 1 inch. So then I'll just take the leftover scrap here. And I'm going to line it up at 1 inch. So I'm using this side of my paper trimmer because I always like to have more paper on my base. And then I'm going to cut that to 1 inch. And this is going to be our belly band. I had to turn on the light in here because it's actually dark. Pretty gloomy, I'd say. Okay, so now why do I keep taking my paper trimmer? We're going to need our pieces. So I'm like, I don't know why I keep doing that when I know I'm going to need my paper trimmer. Okay, so for the front, we're going to need 2 pieces, and 2 of these pieces are going to be 3.5 each. So we're going to cut it at 3.5 because I will show you here. This piece here is 3 3/4, so we just want to be 1/4 short. So we're going to cut it at 3.5, 2 of them. Okay. Now this piece has the fold in it, but because this paper or this card base is all lines and kind of plank looking, we're going to use that piece. So we're not going to cut it off or waste it. So again, we're going to line up at 3.5, and you get a 1.5 inch strip left over. to use for another alternative card. Okay, now both of these need to be 5 1/4, so we're just going to cut off 1/4 inch. So again, I'm just going to line it up there because we're 1/4 inch short on either side on the width. So then now we have to be 1/4 inch short on the height. Otherwise, it's going to look funny. Okay, so this piece goes here. So we're going to glue that later. And then the other piece goes here. I just like to cover all my flaps on this one. So there's that piece. Okay. Oh, stop putting that away, Minnie. Okay. So then we need a couple pieces for this strip here. And this strip here is, we did it at, it should be 1 1/4. So then we need 1 inch. Yeah. So now we need 2 1 inch strips. So I had this left over. Oh, this is already, by the way, I cut it at 5 1/4. So then now we need 2 1 inch strips. So I'm going to go here, line up at 1 inch. So that's my 1. And then I'm going to flip it this way because I want more green stripes and less of the blue. And we're going to do that. And then I have this left over for another card. And then now we have our 2 stripes, which then go, or 2 strips, I guess, filled with stripes. So that one's going to go there, and this one's going to go here. Okay, so now we only have 1 more panel left, right? And then this panel here, I believe, is 1 1/2. So let's just double check. Yeah, 1 1/2. Okay. So we're going to grab our designer series paper, and we need 2 pieces at 1 1/2. So I'm going to cut this to 1 1/2. There's my 1. I'm just going to flip it because I like the other side better. Just me. So this is 1 1/2 at the end of my paper trimmer. So that's why I'm flipping it. Okay. And then I'm going to pick 1 1/2. So pretty much we're making a ton of masculine cards this week. So if you have a ton of like these are great for Father's Day next week or next month, or birthday cards. So if you have no masculine cards in your pack, now you will. So we're cutting off, oh wait, these are 6 inches, right? Oh, 6. So we have to cut 3/4 off to get to 5 1/4. So I'm 5 1/4 there, 3 1/4 here. And I don't keep these, I throw that. And then we're gonna cut this one at 5 1/4. And then cut off 3/4 on this end. Okay, so those are our 2 pieces that go here. And I'll flip it and we'll put the other one here, okay? So that's those pieces. Now what else I did was I cut another piece for the inside. So this is our inner layer, which is 4 inches by 5 1/4. And that piece is going to sit right here. So now all our panels on every single one of this whole sheet has now some kind of patterned or something paper. Okay? Why can't I put any? I'm a mess over here. It's crazy. Okay. So then I grabbed our stylish shaped dies and I used it to cut 2 circles. So I used it to cut the big green one in Old Olive, and then I cut a smaller one, the next size, in Pecan Pie. Now this one, obviously, which came with the kit, is not gonna work. So we have to trim it. So then I grabbed, the reason I went a little smaller too is because I don't have my punches with me right now. My 2 3/4 inch, my other punch that I wanted to use is actually with Barb. She's kidding for me. So I don't have it. So, so I'm like, let's use what we have. So I improvise, you know, you got to be creative. So I'm going to take this circle, which came from the Paper Pumpkin kit, and I'm going to just punch it out and make it smaller. So now you have this ring if you want to use it, but I just throw it in the garbage. It's no benefit to me. And now we have a smaller circle, still with the cottage and that there. And then this is our sentiment, which is going to go here, which was given to us in the Paper Pumpkin kit. So there. So now, like I say, you can just make the kit as is, if you know, but if you really want to stretch it and make some other designs, Like so far, we're already at 6 cards. 1, 2, 3. Oh, we're at 5. So now this will make, and I had my other one, which was 6. So this makes 7. So 7 cards already, and we still have 10 left over. Okay, let's do our stampin'. So we're going to continue using Peaceful Pine because if you got a paper pumpkin kit, the paper pumpkin kit comes with an ink spot. So you can pull out all your other colors if you like, but if you're just starting out and it's all you've got, then that's what we want to work with. Oh, where's my ink? But then I remembered I put it away. Okay, so I'm going to use this instead of my ink spot. And we're going to stamp these first. So this is the inside of the card. So I grabbed the happy birthday that it comes with. And we're going to stamp that right here. Let's make sure it's inked up good. Okay, so I'm going to stamp happy birthday. And then I picked the word dad. So my father-in-law is a cottage junkie and lives at the cottage. So this is perfect. And his birthday is in June. So he gets 2 cards in June always. One for his birthday and one for Father's Day. So now I'm going to take this, but we're going to stamp off. So I'm going to make sure I have some scrap paper nearby. So I'm going to take this, ink it up good, stamp off. And then in the top corner here, put our birds. So it's a little lighter. And then we're going to take the little tree, bush, like, what is it? Take these, what are those called again? I know the name. It's in my head. We have them here down our road. I always forget. I can't think. And we're going to double stamp. So then we have 2 sitting there in the corner. That is the inside. And then we have our sentiment. So we're going to grab our sentiments piece. And I chose older, wiser, better. Not sure if that's true, but you know. Just kidding, Grandpa. Grandpa / dad / Pops. That's our other nickname. Oh, it moved. Let's see if I did that right. If not, I'll go grab another one. Oh, actually, it didn't turn out too bad. He won't notice. And then we're done. See? So now all we have to do is some assembly. Now, this kit didn't come with any ribbons, so we're not using it. It came with these gems, but it doesn't really fit there. But we could put one on the inside, but I want it to be flush. So we'll keep it out. So let's start by building. Okay, so remember one of these has the seam. So see, there's that seam. So I'm going to use that here on the front because this flap will cover it if it's noticeable, right? So that'll always cover it if you can actually see it. So we're just going to grab our adhesive now and add it. So you can see that fold line from the card, which I didn't want to waste. And then we're going to take that and drop it in here. Okay. And then we have our other 2 plaid pieces. So I'm going to use this one here because it's kind of the hidden one. So I'm just picking the better one of the 2 that I like. And then I'm going to stick this one here. Actually, I'll go this way so it's kind of like flowing, not like it really matters. So you could leave this other side blank if you wanted to. And again, if you don't have the designer series paper pack, you would just cut this from the card that already exists, which I probably should have did. So that way you can see it. Right? That would have been smarter. Okay. So let's fix that a bit better. I didn't do a very good job there. There we go. Okay, so now let's do the left side. So that's this one again. So we're going to add. And put that one there. So just eyeballing it and making sure we're even all around. And then our next piece. So again, 7 masculine cards ready to go. birthday, Father's Day, happy retirement. You could do that one too. If you like whatever sentiment you need. And then now our middle, so that would be this, so that way we could add our special greeting and or journaling we'd like to send in the card, like so. And then our 2 stripes. So again, I'm going to save that one for the front and this one here. Add this in. Okay. And then put that there. And make sure we're kind of sort of straight. So June is always packed with birthdays and Father's Day. So to make things easier for us as a family, we always just get together on one day and have dinner all together to celebrate it all, birthday and Father's Day. So it makes a nice barbecue. I usually do a barbecue because, you know, it's Father's Day, so they're not cooking. And so we don't usually go for takeout because us moms can cook. So that's how it goes. So here it is. So that's what our card now looks like. Similar to the one I already did. And now we just need our belly band, which I put where? Oh, here. Found it. It's over here to the side. Okay, so I can't tell you the measurements on this one. But what I can tell you is you want to find the center. Okay? And then you want to just slowly bend it. And then you want to wrap around. Now, you don't put the center on the back, because I'll show you why. Because if you put it on the back, then you can't hide the seam, right? Because then when you fold this over, people will see this seam line. And I didn't do it straight, so you can tell. So you want to make sure this is in the front. I'm right-handed, so I always end up doing it this way, like so. And then you want this end to just come. So you want it snug, but not too tight, because if it's too tight, you can't get it on and off the card. Now, you don't want it loose, because then it's going to hang loose. So many rules. So first, I'm going to take this and fix my score line, because it's not going straight. So I'm going to burnish that end. And now I have my line. And I'm just going to pull this down and pull. So I'm going to lightly pull to identify where my next mark is. And then I like to do the slide test. So if it can slide up and down easily, then I should be okay. So I have a little bit of wiggle room, but not a lot. And then now this is sticking out. So if I put my circle on here, you're going to see that end there. Sometimes it looks good, sometimes it doesn't. So I like to trim it. So I'm going to trim off probably about an inch. So cut that off. Now I know my circle can cover it. Okay. So I'm roughly there. So I'm going to take that, burnish that in. So I have a nice clean end. And then now I can seal it. So I'm just going to grab my adhesive now. And put a little bit here. And a little bit there, because then I know my 2 ends will be glued. And just give it a little push, and then that should hold. So this is now my center. Now this is going to go here, centered. So let's see, I'll show you. Let's do the test. Make sure it fits, right? Now belly bands are funny, because if you give this card to someone who doesn't know much, you'll have to tell them that they have to slide off. They have to take this piece and slide it off. Because what I've seen people do is, they're like, how do I open this card? They just literally rip this apart. So it's kind of good and kind of bad. So then this goes here. So I want to make sure it's centered. So that's why I put my belly band back on, so that this circle is centered. So I'm just going to take my pencil, and I'm just going to put a mark here on either side so I know. And then I'm going to make sure my adhesive is in between those two slots or those marks. So I've put a couple marks. So I'm just going to take my tear tape and just add that here. I'd like to add the tear tape to make it a little stronger, and it seals our seal here as well. And then this. Not to say that liquid glue is not strong, because it is, but it's just my peace of mind. Like, I know people who make 3D boxes with just liquid glue, and no problem, it stays. Me, I like to use tear tape because I'm always paranoid it's gonna fall apart. Because I did something wrong. So, or I didn't, give it time to dry, or I didn't I don't know, something. I just don't trust myself. Okay, so now we're gonna add the circle, making sure we cover all that glue, and now we're good. Okay, so these two, we're just gonna glue together. So I'm gonna grab my adhesive again. Add that to the back. Ooh, I hear the wind going. Or is that rain? It's super loud. Anyway, like so. And then we're gonna grab some dimensionals. It's a quick and easy card. Well, it's not that easy, but it's quick because I've already given you everything. But it took me a bit to figure out what I wanted to do. Then I was like, oh, I haven't done a belly band card in a while, and I keep seeing them pop up. So I thought, oh, I might as well do a belly band card for today. And then, so not a lot of technique or tips needed here. And then older, wiser, better here. Like so. So you can go into your stash, and I'm gonna go into my stash of gems, and I have the Cajun Craze ones, oops, along with a few other dots. We don't want those ones. These are old Cajun Craze and gold dots, so I thought we could just add those. I didn't add them to my other card because I wanted to keep it just original to show you. So we can take a few of these. So these already have little corner things, so I'm gonna avoid it. And I'm just gonna add one down here, and I'll put a medium one with it here, and then I'm gonna put a smaller one up top there. So now we have that. Now I could also put a couple on the belly band to give it, we'll go medium. So we can put one there, and then running right across on the belly band there. So there's your other option. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We still have odd. So then this comes off. This, you see your dots there. And then this. Exactly. Right, Christine? I agree. I haven't made a belly band in forever. So that's why I wanted to do one today. You can also add ribbon or twine to this if you wanted to. But I feel like for a masculine card and all the detail that's already here, not really necessary. But you can. Let's see what happens if we do bling it up a bit more. Just gonna walk around my bench here, my table, and grab some linen thread. Or I do have some crumb cake left. So why don't I reuse that last piece? So I got a little bit left in the Baker's Twine Essentials pack. I think this one is on back order right now. Not 110% sure. But anyway, I got enough here to do a double bow. So let's do that. Let's see what it looks like. So I'm gonna add, and I'm gonna spin. Okay, let's move a little bit over a bit more. I think I can do a bit more on that side. So, because I'm doing a double bow, it's always gonna be let's see. Oh, that looks pretty good. Pretty darn good. So I'm just gonna get my ribbon scissors here, and we're gonna cut this end off because that's the 2. And we'll trim that. Well, I'll trim it as soon as I lay it down. And then we could add some of that, oh yeah, in there. See? So let's grab a couple mini glue dots, or I like to use a couple just in case, just to make it stick better. And you'll have to roll that a little bit because our mini glue dot is a bit bigger as it sticks to my fingers. Okay. So this is a fun masculine card. I kind of like it. I like this one way better than the one I made originally yesterday night. So I'm going to tuck that in there. Oh man, I went to soccer yesterday for my son. So he had a game at 6 o'clock in Oak Bank. It's just rec. So it's just, you know, fun league for him. It was so cold. I literally had my parka on. And then we brought our big, you know, umbrellas. And so everyone's like, where'd you get your umbrella? It's because, you know, soccer gurus. So, you know, we've had them forever. And I'm like, I think these ones were Costco. But I'm like, you can also get them off Amazon, of course. And then I'm going to cut this one. So anyway, froze for an hour and 20 minutes. But, you know, at least I wore my parka and there's people there that didn't. So there's our belly band. So we got some more gems on there. And then let's compare. So we'll put that back on. So that works pretty good. You could also slide your belly band from the bottom. I mean, I don't know why I always slide it from the top. Are you a topper or a bottom? Okay, so there's that one. And here's my boring original one. It's not boring though. Like, it just depends who you're giving them to. So there's our two. So what do you think? I definitely like it. See what happens when you go from simple and you step it up and add in some embellishments and ribbon or twine, and it just gives it that little oomph. So yeah, I hope you like that. So thank you for joining me. So that is a few masculine cards already this week, which would be great to add to your stash for any occasion coming up. And we'll be back again tomorrow for Wednesday morning, hump day, at 9 a.m. So thanks for popping in. Don't forget to like, share, comment. And remember, if you place your $60 order this month, you will get a free card kit for next month and craft along with me in June. So thank you for joining. Have a great day, and happy stampin'.